Twin brother of Cameron, Cayden. Gungba, and now Harris, who's had such a big offseason for the Blue Devils. Coach Shire praising Harris and the step that he took. Gungba turns it over.
And this team's going to need Darren Harris this year. Sophomore out of Paul VI, Northern Virginia. He was the 2024 Virginia Gatorade Player of the Year. He's got a lot of skill. He's worked really hard. You can see the change in his physique. We often see that from freshman to sophomore year. This team's going to need his shooting and his defense.
Kind of a pipeline for Duke, from Durham to Paul VI up in Virginia. 4 different Blue Devils have come out of that program.
Great program in the DMV.
Burks gets a touch. 10 to shoot for Fulks. Baseline 2 wouldn't go, and the Blue Devils want to run.
Nice coverage on that back cut by Amenya, the freshman.
Boozer to Boozer. To Harris for 3.
You want to see that go down for Darren Harris. Great shot from the corner.
Harris played in 21 games for Duke last year.
Coach Shire is saying that he's a guy that believes in the process.
Blue Devils getting it done. Debbie on the offense.
He's going to step into those tonight.
Duke last year, the first team in the history of the Atlantic Coast Conference to lead the league in scoring offense and scoring defense. And Coach Shire talked a lot at shoot-around today about defense, and that's really the backbone of who this Duke team is the way they play defense.
Well, and ironically, the 2 best defenders, or coach says the most disruptive defenders on the team, are sitting on the bench right now. Damizar, talented 6'8" freshman from Barcelona, and Malik is sitting on the bench as well. A small injury, he'll be back soon, but he is the centerpiece of the Duke defense.
And when the Blue Devils can get healthy on that end of the floor, look out. 3 wouldn't go. Boozer couldn't track down the rebound.
Well, what it does is give some other guys a chance to play tonight and show what they can do.
Boozer picks the pocket. And a foul on UCF sends Cayden Boozer to the line.
Cayden Boozer, talk about his coach-like vision, his poise, 5-star point guard, just really mature beyond his years. It's going to be, his play is going to be key this year alongside Caleb Foster running the show for Duke.
Foster about to check back in as the first free throw goes down. This week's ACC Network Women's Soccer doubleheader features a top 15 matchup as number 11 Florida State travels to Charlottesville to take on 3rd-ranked Virginia at 6. That's followed by Virginia Tech entertaining number 1 Notre Dame. Catch the action Thursday night on ACC Network and the all-new ESPN app. Extra possession for the Blue Devils. Boozer in the corner hits the triple.
Versatility. 6'9", 240, stepping out and knocking down the 3.
Beal. A head fake for Burks. He wants to drive, creates space, and knocks it down. Second field goal for Jordan Burks tonight.
Transfer from Georgetown. Great job creating his own shot, and that's what Duke's willing to give up, contested 2s. That was tough piece of offense right there. You got to kind of give that one up.
Boozer misfires on that one.
We're 3 happy tonight,
Yeah,
right?
we sure are. Blue Devils have made 4 of them already. UCF trying to answer. And a good box out by Gungba. Boozer, the hesitation. To Cayden Boozer. And a foul on the floor against UCF.
Here's UCF with the ball on the replay. Knocking it down. Jordan Burks showing his skills, showing how he can play a little bit.
UCF into a little bit of foul trouble though, Debbie. Already 4 fouls here in the first half. As the Blue Devils off the inbounds, miss the 3. And Bowl out of Sudan. South Sudan gets the rebound.
Only 7-2.
Only. Kugel against Harris. Beal steps back. And nothing going for the Knights. They're 1 of their last 8 from the field.
It's a tough contested shot, and that's good D by Caleb Foster.
Aminya up and under, couldn't get the finish, but we'll head to the line.
The freshman Kaminya is another Duke player with tremendous versatility. You see right there, he can put it on the floor, and he's got a great size body. He can power his way to the rim, draw the foul. He can knock down the three. He can play with his back to the basket. I think we're going to see a lot of great things from him this season.
Coach Shire, when we were talking about him today, said, and he meant this in the most positive and loving way, he said, he's a psycho. And I guess that's like a good new term of endearment that I'm not hip on.
I think it means he doesn't have any limits. He's got a really high motor, and he just has absolutely no fear. As you get to see a little bit on him, you know, he's a back-to-back state championships, McDonald's All-American, a big-time recruit for Duke, and he's just got one of those great motors you love to have as a coach on your team.
High IQ.
A little bit of everything.
1 of 2 from the line. What have you seen out of UCF? It seems to me they're getting good shots, but just some of these buckets not falling.
They're creating a lot of their shots, so it's a lot of one-on-one play. You know, and they're a team that's going to need to work on some chemistry. You know, they've only been together for a short period of time. It's going to take them a little bit to gel. This is kind of the gelling stage for them.
Aminya couldn't connect. Coach Dawkins talked a lot at shoot-around today with us about how it's not just about bringing these guys in for basketball, it's about pouring into their lives, classes on leadership and just life away from basketball.
Well, that's Coach Dawkins, and that's his background at Duke, and just the guy that he is. He believes in the total player development, the player and the person, as we see a foul right there, and wanting these guys to have the best they can on the court and after they leave in life.
Goes against Kugel. Isaiah Evans back in for the Blue Devils. There's Coach Dawkins. Well, what a career he has had as obviously a player, as an assistant coach at Duke, as a head coach at Stanford, and now at UCF.
Over 300 career wins, his 10th season at UCF. 1996 Duke Hall of Fame. Naismith Trophy winner in 1986. He's done a little bit of everything.
Evans under heavy contact, unable to finish. Chris Johnson now, and a foul away from the ball. It goes against Aminya.
Aminya and Fumena just went at it, and Aminya kind of got manhandled there, and he ended up getting called for the foul where it was clearly just a shove by Fumena.
It's a rookie being welcomed to college basketball.
That's the difference in the physical play, but Coach Shire's telling us this freshman class, they're physical, they're mature, they're ready to go at this level.
Called them all big-time winners. But I guess if you're going to be a freshman and play big minutes at Duke, you've got to be a pretty big winner. Blue Devils winning with defense tonight. That's an over and back, and the Blue Devils force another turnover.
That was a great switch by Boozer with Isaiah Evans, again showing Duke's versatility, the ability to switch 2 and 5 and jump out, and you watch this athleticism, just jumps out and switches and causes that missed dribble and immediately gets on the floor.
And the frustration setting in early for the Knights. Blue Devils have missed their last 5 shots. They've gone a little cold from the floor. Extra pass, Evans. Halfway down, popped out. Fultz doesn't have numbers. Finds Johnson in the corner. And a triple for the Knights, their first of the game.
That's a nice shot created out of transition, and transition defense was a big focal point in shoot-around today. Just really corralling the ball, stopping the ball as it comes down the floor. Duke knows that UCF is a great transition team as Foster takes one from the corner, and Blue Devils have gone cold from long range.
Blue Devils still with a big lead. 11.5 to go in the opening half. UCF with a couple missed opportunities there. Now the Blue Devils the other way. Aminya off the head fake. Heads to the line for 2. It is physical out there tonight. It is UCF, though, trying to storm back. The Knights are on the board from 3 for the first time tonight, as Johnson in the corner. Nice find.
Moments and
has a dozen points tonight, and UCF down 4 can cut into the deficit further.
More horn set for UCF. We've got a whistle.
It's on Cayden Boozer, that foul. His first. Just the third on Duke.
These are the defensive moments, though, that will give John Shire and his staff an ability to teach. And with any young team still learning the defensive system, the push off there, but got away with it.
Parker misses the two. Now the Blue Devils in transition. Boozer. And Travel try to force it past to Gungba, but really good defense over the last couple possessions by UCF.
Indeed, and there's an example of transition where you want to run if you're Duke, but you also want to run at a pace that allows you to take care of the basketball, and that was kind of an unforced error there by Boozer, maybe going a little bit too fast in transition.
And that's something Coach Shire talked about in shoot-around today with us, valuing each possession, not trying to go too fast and make sure they get a good look every time down.
And it's kind of like the old John Wooden, be quick but don't hurry. You've got to know the pace of play at which you're comfortable. You want to push, but you want to take care of the ball, and he's still going. Jordan Burks, he's feeling it in Cameron, and you know, what an opportunity to play in Cameron for UCF, and he's taken full advantage.
Harris misses the three. Blue Devils get another crack at it. Boozer goes baseline. Lost the handle. Gets it back. Harris with 5 to shoot. 3 to shoot for Boozer. Lets it fly. What a hustle play by Cam Boozer. And it leads to an and one. Darren Harris, the hoop of the horn.
Wow to Cam Boozer. Not only can he play all over the court on offense, but you see when that ball hits the floor, he is the first one down there to get it, and then he chases after that rebound, comes up with it, finds his teammate, and creates that basket. Tremendous hustle play and the great finish by Harris.
Blue Devils needed that bucket as Harris tries to complete the and one and does.
It's really, Chris, an amazing thing when your best players are your hardest workers, and we can see what a workhorse Cam Boozer is.
That's been the case. Think about Cooper Flagg last year for the Blue Devils. It's sort of a culture moment, it feels like, for the Blue Devils.
Indeed, and it is it's really a wonderful thing, because they lead by example. We've lost the shoe. There's Cayden Boozer.
Good contest by the Knights. Now Kugel from the foul line knocks down the 15-footer.
What UCF is just able to create their own shots, and they're knocking down these crafty 15-foot jump shots.
Boozer finds his brother. Boozer has some space, gonna fire a three. Yep. His second of the game.
That was 2 steps off the line. He's got some range. Just love his focus.
Kugel whips out the three, and it'll stay with UCF when we come back. The Knights fighting back here in the first half. UCF consecutive field goals. Blue Devils have built a 6-point margin, but look at the numbers for Burks compared to the rest of the team.
He's certainly leading the way. He's taking full advantage of this opportunity. Feed the hot hand.
Has to be good for Coach Dawkins, too, to see somebody stepping up and maybe becoming that dynamite scorer that the Knights are looking for.
Yeah, he's learning about his guys, learning about his lineups, learning who plays well under pressure, because certainly playing in Cameron indoor against the number 6 team in the country is a little bit of pressure, and another one goes down. That's Jermichael Stillwell knocking it down. Stillwell
kind of the anchor and the leader of this UCF team, and he's helped pull the Knights to within 3. And some confusion.
We talked about Stillwell in the open. He was a double-double machine, and he's been kind of quiet right now. First bucket for him.
Really became the leader for Coach Dawkins during the summer. Coach Dawkins said earlier today that Stillwell's starting to learn some of what Coach wants, not always on the floor, but in the locker room and from a culture standpoint. Blue Devils try to go to the post, and they'll have another crack at it. And this is a UCF team, Debbie, that's trying to replace Darius Johnson, who was a 4-year starter at the point guard position for Johnny Dawkins.
When do you hear that anymore?
Yeah,
a 4-year starter at the point.
Heavy contact. Kugel takes it away, and the Knights to within 1.
The Knights fighting back in this one, and this young Duke team, we'll see if they have an answer.
Gungba nearly turned it over. Blue Devils go back to the big fella. 10 to shoot. Gungba up and under. Too strong. Boozer gets the offensive rebound. Too strong on the follow, but early in the season. But, you know, Debbie, this is a Duke team, 35 wins, went to the Final Four last year. All 4 losses for Duke by 1 possession. And Coach Shire spent a lot of time in the offseason talking about the analytics side of the game and finding ways to try to win in the margins, he called it.
Yeah, it is a game of margins, and little things make a big, big difference as we see Gungba go up with the left with the beautiful finish high off the glass. That's what we're looking to see from Patrick this season.
And an answer from Folks.
And the transition continues. UCF continues to punish Duke in transition. They inbound quickly and they just attack. Blue Devils have got to match up sooner, stop the ball. No call there on that 3-point shot.
And possession will be with the Knights.
You watch this defense right here, and here's the switch, and you see how Gungwa's back in the lane, so another poor switch, which creates this space for that shot to be easy for Folks.
Just can't make them that easy, can you?
Switching is not as easy as it looks. It's about spacing and timing and great communication.
UCF can add to a 2-point lead. Folks, another runner. Gungba the rebound. Duke doesn't have numbers. Boozer pushes anyway. All the way to the hole, and we'll head to the line for 2.
Every time Duke tries to get to the basket, UCF makes them pay. This is a physical team. No easy looks for the Blue Devils right now.
We've got more exhibition basketball coming your way on ACC Network as the nation's #2 recruit, Darian Peterson, and Kansas head to Louisville to take on number 11 Louisville. Coverage begins Friday night at 7:30 right here on ACC Network. Pat Kelsey, Debbie, entering his 2nd season, guiding the Cardinals to a 19-win improvement last year.
That was pretty incredible to watch. He did such a fantastic job. You almost found yourself cheering for him every step of the way.
Easy guy to root for, it seems like. Blue Devils down 1. Haminia looking for the lead. Boozer the offensive rebound and the putback.
Boozer doing the little things.
And a foul on a 3-point attempt by Harris.
Doesn't take UCF long to get their shot off, does it? They're going to take the first available opportunity. You see as Harris comes out and closes out, knocks him to his feet, and he's going to the line for 3.
UCF last year, Debbie, set a program record. They made 328 three-pointers. Obviously a different team this year, but you can start to see some of the system that Coach Dawkins wants to run beginning to manifest itself here tonight.
Yeah, and they've got some good shooters. I mean, Beal made 62 threes last year, shot a little under 40%. Right now it's transition offense that's hurting the Blue Devils.
I'm sure Coach Dawkins really proud of the way his team has responded so far tonight.
They're playing with a lot of energy, a lot of toughness. They're a physical, mature team.
They said in shoot-around today wanted to be the more together team and one of the more physical teams. And Coach Dawkins has talked about the need to have more physicality, trying to go through the rigors of playing in the Big 12.
Yeah, the Big 12 is a tough gauntlet. And they're not picked very high in the league. And again, rebuilding this program, putting together piece by piece this season, but they're looking mighty good right now.
Kugel hits all three.
This gives them an opportunity to extend their defense, and we'll have an opportunity here to see the Blue Devils handle the press for the first time. It's kind of a little token press, picking up the ball full court.
Boozer finds Evans on the wing, another three. His third of the first half.
I like that little play off the made free throw, off the press break for Isaiah Evans to knock down that three on the weak side. Well done.
UCF calls timeout. We're back to Cameron in 30.
Situation is really well done on the weak side, and a great job finding Evans for the open shot.
One of the things that these exhibition games do as well, it allows teams to practice certain situations. Johnny Dawkins, that use it or lose it timeout, and now UCF, a chance for a time and score situation at the end of the half.
There's never too many opportunities in game to practice time score. You know, and for a Duke team, as we said, who lost all of their 4 losses last season by 1 possession, those time score opportunities are invaluable.
7-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. I don't know about you, but I think I'd give it to Burks.
It's worked well so far.
18 points in the first half for Burks. 4 to shoot. This is Fulks off the bounce. Johnson at the shot clock buzzer, but it's too late.
Fulks with the great crossover. Evans switched on to him and again spread the floor out, cleared the middle. Fulks with a great handle to get to the rim, but I wasn't able to finish.
And now Duke will get the last crack at it.
Like you said, there's a play for this situation. 6.6 left in the half. Chance for the Blue Devils to practice.
Gungba to Boozer. Boozer into the paint and travel.
I like the set though. Trial and error. Again, great rim protection by UCF. Right now on the court, freshman, sophomore, freshman.
And much more experience for UCF. Here's Kugel from half court. Oh, it almost went. And it is Duke, Debbie, who will take a 1 point.
To make a statement, and I think Coach Johnny Dawkins is getting a little bit more from some of his play. Enough said right there.
Yeah. Johnny Dawkins, Duke Hall of Famer, Naismith Hall of Famer. Second in career points at Duke behind some guy named J.J. Redick.
And that record, his scoring record, held for, I think, 20 years, though.
Jersey was retired in 1986 here at Cameron. But his team is in a battle tonight, and UCF refusing to go away as Fulks ties the game.
Duke tried to come out with a little full-court pressure to slow them down a bit, but again, creating these one-on-one shot opportunities mid-range. Got a lot of guys that are good at that.
Boozer finds Harris. Thought about a 3. 9 to shoot for the Blue Devils. It's Boozer. Up with the right hand and a chance for 3.
Give him the ball. Wow.
Boozer has taken over for the Blue Devils tonight.
Certainly living up to his billing, and another drive from the top of the key, uses his footwork to maneuver to finish that one. Let's see if he can make it a 3-point play.
Boozer approaching a double-double, 8 rebounds to go along with his 23 points.
Pretty efficient, 9 for 15.
In only 23 minutes. Blue Devils by 3. Can Fulks answer? No.
Great help by the freshman, Menya.
Boozer in transition. Oh, give it to him!
He is making the most of his Cameron debut.
Third 3 for... And UCF trying to respond. Fulks running the show for the Knights, one of the 3 captains on this UCF team. Parker into the paint, left it short, gets his own rebound and scores.
Great pass to the weak side and a pull and go, but great hustle on the offensive glass for the second chance opportunity.
Just 4 offensive rebounds for UCF tonight. Duke's done a nice job overall limiting the Knights to 1 possession.
Coach Dawkins is going to be happy just with this Knights defense. Great ball pressure. They're taking away vision. They're taking away driving lines. And Isaiah Evans there getting himself to the rim for the foul.
You like the way the Blue Devils have made more of a concerted effort, it seems, to get into the paint in the second half?
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a great job spreading the floor because they can go 5 out. Nice job there attacking the rim. But UCF has done a really nice job defending the rim, defending the paint.
Isaiah Evans, such a huge step in the summer from his rookie campaign to now in his sophomore season. And as we talked about earlier, Coach Shire talked about one of the big keys for Evans is just his consistency on the defensive end. Says the offense is going to be there, just wants him to be a little better on the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I think he's got to be consistent on both sides of the ball, especially defense. We know he can score, but we've seen huge games from him last year offensively and then ones where he didn't score a whole lot. So I think the coaching staff would love to see really consistent play from him on both sides of the ball. Duke is clearly going to need his scoring this year. Boozer, what a beast on the boards.
Pamenya splits a double team and will head to the line. Foul on Stillwell.
And that's one of the first times tonight we've seen Duke get down the floor in transition and create an advantage.
Is that maybe the pace that Duke wants to play with?
I mean, we know Duke's likes to run, and they're a great transition team. But again, you said earlier, it's like you want to do a good job taking care of the ball, and they've done a decent job taking care of the ball tonight.
Should also remember only 8 players for the Blue Devils tonight, with Dame Sarr and Malik Brown not available for Coach Shire's club.
And, you know, just those 2 players alone, not having them on the defensive end, is the most disruptive defenders in the Duke lineup. I mean, the other players have had to step up and fill that void. When you lose your 2 best defenders, that makes things a little difficult.
Pamenya hits them both. Back to an 8-point lead for the Blue Devils. Duke led by as many as 12 in the first half. Burks, who had the hot hand in the opening half, swatted away by Evans. Now Evans on the other end attacks the rack and scores.
That ignites the crazies, and here's the response by UCF, driving it to the bucket, missing the 3, and here comes Duke in transition.
Harris doesn't have numbers to the bucket anyway, and cleaning it up is Boozer. Blue Devils by 12. Defense leading to offense for Coach Shire's team.
Blue Devils putting together a run. They got the crazies on their feet.
Fultz can't answer. Harris gets the rebound and a foul on the Knights. Isaiah Evans, the spark plug for the Blue Devils.
We've been talking about his defense, and watch this rotation right here. He comes over from the weak side, and with that long wingspan is able to block that shot. Then back down to the other end in transition, finds a way to the rim and finishes, and Blue Devils have taken a 12-point lead.
Duke in the midst of a 14-2 run, an 8-0 run over the last 81 seconds. And Debbie, it's Duke shooting free throws for the rest of the game as well.
Blue Devils are starting to get to the line. 22 free throws in this game. There's Darren Harris. He's got 6 points on the evening, make it 7.
Harris, as you pointed out earlier, could be a big key for what the Blue Devils want to do this year.
I think he's another player with consistency that's much needed by the Blue Devils. We know he can score. He didn't get a lot of minutes last year, so he's able to step into a new role this year, get some more playing time. He's a really solid defender. His scoring will be key.
Former Gatorade Player of the Year in high school.
His ability to stretch the floor for the team, knock down some long-range shots.
Blue Devils by 14, their biggest lead. Kugel denies the screen, and a foul on Harris. Blue Devils wanted the charge, but didn't get it.
But I like that Harris saw that coming, and he rotated over, and he was there. He just didn't get in good enough position to take that charge, but good help side. UCF continuing to space the floor and attack the rim. Riley Kugel at the free throw line.
And Debbie, they counted the basket as well, so Kugel gets the and one opportunity and converts. It's a big answer for UCF with the Blue Devils making that run.
Get the crowd in the game now. Same play as the beginning of the game. The slip on the high screen. Great read. Easy bucket.
Boozer to Boozer there.
We're gonna have to come up with a name for that.
I imagine we'll say that a lot this season. Step back three will go for Kugel. His first triple of the night.
Starting to heat up a little bit.
Kugel into double figures, scored in double figures 17 times last year. But back to the Boozer to Boozer connection.
And I'm sure we're gonna see it many times this season. The slip on the screen, Cameron to Cayden for the easy layup.
Probably been practicing that since they were 3-4 years old in the backyard. Might have been practicing it here at Cameron. Boozer through a double team, finds Himenia in the corner. Another hustle rebound by Evans. Boozer steps out, drives, and give him two more.
That is just brute strength from the perimeter, powering his way to the rim. God, he's fun to watch.
28 for the rookie. Ten to shoot for UCF. Burks has been quiet in the second half, hasn't scored after 18 in the first half, and he's still scoreless. Himenia in transition. We'll send Harris to the line when we return. Blue Devils pulling away here in the second half.
Blank time.
Good rebound by Boozer. Duke wants to run.
Ace, man, most likely not, man. I'm going to be out celebrating Friday, man.
Fires a three and knocks it down.
If I am able to do one Friday, it will be the earlier game. So I don't know which one is the first game, whether Kentucky or Arkansas. Hey, salute to you, Kyle B. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, man.
And Duke wants
salute
to slow
you.
Things down.
You got him in Player of the Year, Boozer.
Chance for the Blue Devils to work on some half-court offense.
A chance for Foster, who's a great scorer, to move to an off-guard position and perhaps get more opportunities to shoot the ball.
7 to shoot for Evans. Boozer to Foster.
They're going to love saying that, Boozer to Boozer.
Boozer for three.
Oh, this boy.
30
Hey, man.
for Boozer.
This boy got 31. This boy is just...
And great shot by Boozer, but
he has a nice stroke out there too, bro.
And there's going to be a big focus in film tomorrow on transition defense. You have to stop the ball. They talked about it in shoot around, and the Knights just power back down the floor and give him a layup. Here's Boozer with the shot clock winding down. You can watch it click to 0 off the glass. He's excited about that one.
Man, he's hot, bro. He's hot.
Tonight.
Hey, man, if y'all appreciate this this live reaction, man, y'all hit that like button for me, man. We got over 3,500 people in here. Y'all hit that like button for me, man. I really appreciate that from y'all.
If he goes for 31 in the first game.
What are you going to do for an encore,
Right. Blue Devils head to Tennessee for an exhibition later this week, and there's a pretty proud Papa.
There he is.
Had a phenomenal career. See the next games for these two teams. Another stern test for UCF. They'll take on LSU at home later this week.
A lot of pride in Cameron tonight. We talked about Coach K and his legacy of players who are now coaches, but how about Carlos Boozer, with such a great Duke player and NBA player, but to have his sons both wearing the Blue Devil uniform has got to just really fill you up.
It speaks to the legacy of this program, doesn't it? And now you've got generations of families playing for the Blue Devils. Something special about this place and about this program.
Without a doubt.
And the Blue Devils with a big second half have pulled away. Foster to Boozer. And it's Cayden who gets in on the action.
Spread the floor. Caleb Foster is able to beat his defender. Heads up play for the assist to Cayden Boozer. Drills it.
Folks up top. And another rebound for the Blue Devils and Caleb Foster.
Now, Caleb has not scored a lot of points tonight, but he's played great defense, and that is his 6th rebound of the game. Gotta love guards that rebound.
And hasn't turned the ball over either.
Gotta love guards who take care of the ball.
Boozer up and under.
Barely missed.
Might be the first time he's missed one tonight. Folks, it's had a nice game. Beal from the corner, no.
Nicholas is going to slow it down a little bit. This game's been going back and forth.
The response by the Blue Devils after a really challenging end of the first half, probably something Coach Shire is going to talk about, and the pride that he has of the way his team responded in the final 20 minutes.
Yeah, a little bit of a challenge and come back and extend this to a 20-point lead when it was 1 at halftime. The Boozer brothers are having a night, and this is...
Perhaps. No, I did. There's just a foul. And the way that Coach Shire has sort of reinvented college basketball and the way that you go about it, bringing Jason Tatum in as an ambassador to the program, bringing in Rachel Baker as the first general manager, and that's obviously a trend that has continued across sport.
Yeah, he really sees basketball business as a big picture, and not only does it create a tremendous sense of family here in the brotherhood, but he understands that he is running a business that's changing every day.
Well, y'all are funny in the chat, bro. Y'all are funny as hell.
And the importance of playing these brotherhood run games for the current players to understand the history and why Duke basketball is what it is. And tonight, Johnny Dawkins, a great example. Coach Shire called him the most influential player in Duke basketball history.
Yeah, and I just think that's just speaks to his humility, and John understands that the past has dictated the future and the present, and he's just paid tremendous tribute to Johnny Dawkins and what he meant to this program. Johnny Dawkins was really the turning point for Duke basketball when he came along and got them to the national championship game in his senior year. But John respects the program, respects the history, and he wants the guys to know about the players who came before him that built this program.
Really respects Coach Dawkins, too, and told some great stories today about his time as a
call foul.
Coach
No,
Dawkins,
shit, I guess so.
Said that one of the first times Coach Dawkins really spoke to him.
Alan said the check killing me.
John Shire. And John Shire said, you can say a lot of things, but don't.
Hey, man, these chats be off the chain, bro. They be wild, bro. Oh, boy, little Joker, man. What's good, bro? What's going on with you, bro? What's going on?
Here for a decade, and his.
Hey, you already know, little Joker. Kentucky fans gonna talk their shit no matter who's playing, bro.
That launched Duke, along with Coach K, and they took it to the next level, and they never looked back. 2,500.
Yeah, Jerry, they called the foul, bro.
Points. That's a lot of buckets.
Coach Dawkins was on staff when J.J. Redick broke his scoring record. Like, why not just take him out of the game?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just when it gets close, take him out.
Corner three is no good for Cameron Sheffield. As the Blue Devils closing
Things going over there with you, Joker.
Victories here in Cameron.
Everything been good with you?
I think the coaching staff will really looking at this game tonight is the number of times Duke has gotten to the free throw line, which means they're attacking the basket and crashing the boards. 32 free throws. They've made 23 of them, so they're shooting 72.
Hey, spirit animal. That's how I be in these chats, bro. When we do our reactions, it's like that all the time,
So
bro.
they've limited fouling. So you want to play defense and you want to learn defense, but you want to play with discipline, which means you can't foul. You keep your man in front of you. So I think good job on both sides there for the Blue Devils.
And it's not just getting to the line for Duke. As you mentioned, they've converted those opportunities. Better than 70% from the free throw line. A team that shot
Rowdy Tay. That's how it goes over here, bro.
17 assists on 28 made
That's
shots.
how I be going.
Good percentage there. And only 8 turnovers. They've done a nice job taking care of the ball.
Hey, so everybody, okay, I'm going to let y'all know now. Everybody who's looking probably for the Kentucky, Purdue, and Arkansas, Cincinnati.
So a North Carolina kid getting a
9 times out of 10 won't be able to do anything because I'm going to be out celebrating, man. Celebrating my birthday on Friday. So
Wilkins, the freshman.
that's a good chance. Yeah, you won't catch me on Friday.
Everybody's getting in the game.
Bit of a push off there. Wilkins plays the pass nicely and goes.
Ooh, nice one, nice one. So we'll be back Monday. I forgot we played Monday. Somebody plays Monday. It's an exhibition game. Let me see.
Great job by the freshman. Back-to-back buckets, making his presence known in Cameron.
If
Arizona plays Monday night, so we'll be back Monday night to see Bryce.
You scored 70-something points on Duke, one of the best
No,
defensive teams in the country. And granted, they're young right now, but I thought UCF had some really good offense.